Hello friends, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Trina, and in today's video, I am going to be picking out my TBR for February 2025. As I am filming this, it is actually still the middle of January. However, I feel like time is going by so fast and it's going to be super busy at the end, like the last 2 weeks of January. So I'm pre-filming this so that it could go out before February hits, and I'm actually quite excited for February. February has a lot of stuff happening, and I just want to get all of the housekeeping done, I guess, with TBR, maybe film like planning meals and such before the month hits. And today it's going to simply be a TBR jar sort of video for our readings for February. And for the month of February, I'm actually going on a trip. That's why I want to get my reading early, I guess, and also prepare what possible book I'm going to be bringing. It's actually just an ebook copy, so maybe not a physical copy, but who knows, we'll see. I did prepare a bunch of titles in here. Some of them are from my quarter 1 list, some of them are from my 25 books in 2025 list, and some are like random wild cards. The colors are not necessarily based on genre or whatever, it's just random, so it's just cute to have pink, peach, and blue, I guess, in my TBR jar. But I did manage to decorate my February pages already, and here is like the theme of it, some sort of like flowers, roses. I wanted it to be like a little bit of romance, but I believe I did put some romance in here. Not really that much, because in my 25 books, it's so hard. 25 books in 2025, as well as my quarter 1 TBR, there's not really that much romance because I don't really gravitate towards that, but I think I did include some, like romantasy and such. So this is my cover for February, and then here is the page that we're going to fill in as we pull our reading list for February. So our February TBR, and then the actual reads page will be filled out once I actually read something on February. So my goal, I guess, like a very soft goal, is to read at least 10 books per month, so that if like my initial goal for like the whole year is actually 100 books, but if I'm able to nab like 10 books per month for the first 10 months of the year, then I'm just golden for the last 2 months, November and December, which usually is also quite busy. But if I'm able to like hit my soft goal per month of 10 books read, I might be able to actually get 120 books this year. Who knows? But yeah, I'm just going to, like, as much as possible, if things are not busy, I would want to clear out my reading goals early. So today we're going to pick out 10 books. Usually I pick out 8, and then 2 books I tend to to pick out, like, depending on the mood. But today we're going to pick out 10 books. I'm going to grab them, grab the titles from the jar or the bottle or whatever, and then we're going to talk about each one of them afterwards. So the first book that we pick out here, or I pick out here, is The Murder on the Links, which is the second book in the Hercule Poirot series by Agatha Christie. I'm trying to, as much as I can, read all of the Hercule Poirot books by Agatha Christie. So that's the first one. We have the second one is My Throat and Open Grave. This is probably horror. I did list down a bunch of short horror books as well as part of 25 books in 2025, and maybe that's one of them. Maybe let's pick a blue. Here we are. Okay, this is dark romance, I guess. What is this? I keep seeing this supposed to be smut book all over BookTube and BookTok, and some of them, or like majority of the ones that I saw review this book, enjoy it. And it's like, this was a book that my friend and I were thinking of reading for like our supposedly smut salon situation. If you don't know what smut salon is, you haven't probably read Bunny by Mona Awad. It's like a group of friends doing weird stuff, and we decided like it's our like smut salon book club, me and my friends in college. And yeah, that's I place a star here because I do have a goal to read 10 books outside of my comfort zone, and I consider this book outside of my comfort zone. So that's the third one. The fourth one is The Near Witch. I do know that this is by V.E. Schwab. It's like one of her, I believe, is standalone, and it's a shorter book compared to the other books that she has. So that's another one. Let's pick up this one. Our Dark Duet, another V.E. Schwab book, but this is the second book in the Savage Song Dark Duet. What is that? Verity something series, but it's a duology, and I really wanted to finish reading this duology because I enjoyed the first book so much. And to be fair, it does have a little bit of a very slight romance to it, but not really the main point. So we're going to pick out another blue. I'm doing a pattern. We Used to Live Here. This is a horror thriller, mystery thriller, I guess. And I have seen a lot of people like this. So I am hoping that it is good, and I want to try it out for myself. How many do we have now? So this is 6th, 7th is Divine Rivals. This is another, is this a romance? Question mark? But I just found or like heard of this title. It's pretty popular, and I just wanted to try it out. I do tend to like duologies, and I'm not sure if this is a duology or a trilogy. But I do like it when books are like 2 books long series, duologies. The next one is The Woods All Black. I actually don't have information of that as of the moment. I will try to search for it later. I actually forgot, but I did add that to my TBR one time. And then we're going to pick another blue here. The Kamogawa Food Detective. So this is like a Japanese translated book, and it's like cozy mystery, I guess. I think I chose that one because it has a cat on the cover. And then we're going to choose the last one as a peach color, and it is Earth Eater. Oh, this one is an interesting like mystery book that I have found, and I am pretty excited to read that. So let me gather my thoughts and gather like the synopsis and talk about each and every one of these books in a very organized manner. And so this is how the page is looking, and I do really enjoy doing bubble letters when it comes to my pages, because I'll show you what I did for the January page, wherein I also did bubble letters. And whenever I finish reading a book, I tend to color in based on the color scheme of the monthly page, and I really enjoy the look of this, and it's very satisfying actually to color in like a sort of a little achievement, coloring in the book that you have finished reading from your TBR. It helps me to actually read my TBR rather than mood read and look for something else. But anyway, here we are with the February one. I kind of got bored with like doing the minor, like the what is that called in English? It's not a conjunction, an article, I guess, like the and prepositions, what do you call this, from, of, those types of words. So I just wrote in all of the important stuff. So anyway, we're going to start with talking about The Murder on the Links by Agatha Christie, second book in the Hercule Poirot series. This is basically a murder mystery case, as it always is with Agatha Christie books, wherein Hercule Poirot investigates a murder that happened near a golf course. And that's about what I could tell you with this, nothing more. The second book, My Throat, An Open Grave, is by Tori Bovalino, and it is about a like urban legend wherein our main character is trying to be a very good girl, because if not, some creepy entity in the woods would take her and she will disappear or spirit away, similar to some other girls in her town that happen to be naughty or like just not behaved, like children's very spooky like threats to children so that they will behave situation, like the stories. But then she somehow wished, like while she was taking care of her baby brother, who can't stop crying, she kind of wished that he will like keep quiet forever, something like that. And then suddenly the baby brother was taken by this entity in the woods, that he basically got spirited away or disappeared. And this is her story of trying to get her brother back, but in exchange, I guess the payment to get her brother back is for her to write a song. I don't know what else, but that's basically what I've read from the synopsis. It feels interesting to me, so that's why I'm going to read that. The next one is Ice Plant Barbarians by Ruby Dixon. A very short smut book wherein I guess these human women were abducted by aliens, and then they were left in this ice planet, and one of the aliens took an interest in our main character. That's basically it. The next one is The Near Witch by V.E. Schwab, and I did realize that this is a series that was not continued since 2011, and this is her debut novel, so I'm pretty much interested in it. Still like very spooky vibes, wherein this town of Near, I guess, is having their children starting to disappear ever since a new boy entered, like arrived in their town or village or whatever, and children started to disappear, and the people are pointing fingers that he might be the culprit, but they have this investigation on what creepy stuff happened in this town. The next one is Our Dark Duet, also by V.E. Schwab. This is the second book in the Monsters of Verity series. I really love the first book. It is about like monsters manifested from the evil that is in humans, something like that. And then I can't say anymore about who our main characters or whatever, because the first book, if you haven't read the first book, it's quite interesting how how these monsters came about. The next one is We Used to Live Here by Marcus Clyer. I heard so much good things about this book. It's sort of like, I really enjoyed that, Netflix? That movie, Parasite, the Korean movie, wherein they started to live in this mansion without the actual residents knowing that they live there. This one, the main character, the couple that is the main character, scored this home, and then a couple of days later, or maybe the next day, this group of people started to knock on their door wanting to see the insides of the home, and then they started to outstay their welcome, basically. So yeah, super creepy, super weird and interesting. Next is Divine Rivals by Rebecca Ross. This one is pretty popular, enemies to lovers book. I have been interested in reading this since I started coming back to reading. This is, as I know, is that the main character has her letters to her brother be sent to her rival journalist, and then they became pen pals in this magical sort of fantasy world wherein like their typewriters are magic. I don't know, but it sounds interesting. It sounds cute. The next one is The Woods All Black. This is a very short LGBTQIA+ story. This was supposed to be part of my 24-hour reading vlog at the beginning of the year to start off my reading year of 2025, and it's sort of like historical horror with a little bit of romance in it, wherein our main character, female body identified as a male, is assigned to like a nursing service. I don't know if there's a war going on in this story, but everybody in their small town finds that he is a failed woman, and it's like very religious, very like strict with tradition sort of town, and how he manages to like survive, lived in this town wherein he is being judged by all of the people that are living there. So short, very intense, probably book, but I'm still pretty interested in reading it. The next one is The Kamogawa Food Detectives by Hisashi Kashiwai. I wanted to read this book simply because of the cover. The cover is adorable with a cat. I have no idea what's the story of this. What's the one dish you'd do anything to taste just one more time? Down a quiet back street in Kyoto exists a very special restaurant run by Koichi Kamogawa and her father. Serves up deliciously extravagant meals, but it's not main reason customers stop by. Father-daughter duo are food detectives. Through ingenious investigation, they're able to recreate dishes from persons' treasured memories. Dishes that may well hold the key to their forgotten past and future happiness. The restaurant of lost recipes provides a link to vanished moments, creating a present full of possibilities. Now, this is adorable. 201 pages though. It's very short. And I, as a person who's also a foodie, really love stories when it comes to like food related, that like memories. I really love Dungeon Meshi, which is anime, also manga. I really love the manga. I also enjoy campfire cooking in Another World, which is an isekai anime. I also enjoy the movie, the three-part movie, Flavors of Youth, and anything that has to do with like sentimental value or the value of cooking and food. I really enjoy, and I'm hoping that this is going to be like at least a 4-star for me. And also, this might come up to my reading books with cat covers or cats in the cover reading vlog that I'm planning on doing in the month of February for Cat Day. I believe it's February 17th. Let's just cross our fingers that I'm able to do that vlog. Hopefully I'm not that busy, but I'm hoping to be able to read a couple of books with cats on the cover or cat themed in that vlog. And then the last one being Earth Eater by Dolores Reyes. This one actually really intrigued me. It is about a woman who has a compulsion to eat dirt. Basically, that's her quirk, wherein whenever she eats dirt, she finds out what happened in that specific location, which is kind of helpful for like murder mystery or like murder investigations or solving crimes. And I forgot if she was like, what happened here? So when her ability was known to the community, people started going to her to help solve like missing persons and uncover truths about people who have gone missing, or like maybe a crime happened, and she partnered with a investigator, I believe, a withdrawn police officer. So it's pretty cute. Actually, it's pretty interesting to have like this person having this compulsion to eat the dirt, and she has the visions of what happened in the past in that location. It's quite intriguing. And for my list for February, I'm actually pretty pleased with our mix of, there is romance, there is mystery thriller, there is historical fiction, there is cozy mystery, food, gourmet, and also folklore, and what else? Enemies to lovers, romance. So pretty good mix that I hopefully will be able to run through all of these. It's a good mix for me not to be super overwhelmed with the same genres over and over again for the whole month, which is a good thing. As of the moment, in January, I do have like a lot of back-to-back murder mysteries, and it's kind of a bit boring now. So I am looking forward to the month of February for our reading list. And that is it from me for this video. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Have you read any of these books? If you did, do comment down below what you think of any of these books, whether or not I will enjoy it or not, based on, I don't know, based on your enjoyment, I guess, of the book. And do let me know down in the comments if there is any more books that you would recommend me read that are of the same like murder, mystery, thriller, horror, and also maybe gourmet genres. Thank you so much again, and I will see you in the next video. So until then, guys, take care and bye.